Welcome to the maths class. The next chapter is relation and function. And in this chapter, I'm going to cover few important concepts of relation as well as function. Now, first of all, what is ordered pair? So, if there are two sets A and B, and if I have written A comma B in a small bracket, it means this first element small a must belongs to set A, and this B small b must belongs to set B. So that's why it is an ordered pair, because here order matters. We cannot write b comma a, because if we are writing b comma a, it means this b belongs to set A and this A belongs to set B. Means all the first elements in ordered pair actually belongs to set A, and the second element always belongs to set B. Right? Like 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 2, both are different. Means here we can say this 2 belongs to set A and 3 belongs to set B, whereas in this case this 3 belongs to set A and 2 belongs to set B. So you have to remember this point, that ordered pair cannot be equal always. Like if two ordered pair are equal, then we will say their corresponding elements will be equal. Like A1 and A2 are equal, in the same manner B1 and B2 are equal. Take a small problem. Find the value of A and B if this 3A minus 2 comma B plus 3, this ordered pair, is equal to 2A minus 1 comma 3. So here both ordered pair are equal. It means 3A minus 2 must be 2A minus 1. So on solving you will get A is equal to 1. Similarly B plus 3 must be equal to 3. So B will be equal to 0. Okay. Now come to the Cartesian product of sets. So Cartesian product is actually an operation. It is not actually multiplication of set. It is a product of two set. And if A and B are two sets, then the set of all ordered pairs A comma B, such that A belongs to A and B belongs to B, is called Cartesian product of sets A and B. What does it mean? It means Cartesian product of A and B is a set, and the elements in this set are in the form of ordered pairs. So that's why I am saying set of all ordered pairs, such that A belongs to A, means first element belongs to set A and the second element B belongs to set B. This is the representation of Cartesian product of two sets. Like if A and B are two sets, then A cross B. This is Cartesian product of A with B. So this is A cross B is equal to curly bracket. It means this is a set, and it is represented by set builder form. So here A comma B I have written such that this A first element belongs to set A and this small b belongs to set B. It means in A cross B, elements are actually in the form of A comma B. Like take this example. Set A is 2, 4, 6 and set B is A comma B. You have to write A cross B. Now you must know the procedure how to write A cross B. If I am saying A cross B, you start taking element of A. So take first element of A and start making pair with the element of B. So like 2 comma A. Similarly 2 comma B. Now elements of B are finished. So take second element of A. In the same manner 4 comma A, 4 comma B. Now one more element is here. 6 comma A, 6 comma B. So this is A cross B. And you can observe here this A cross B is a set where these are the elements. Okay. And you see here all the first element like 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6. It means 2, 4 and 6. They all must belongs to set A, because it's a rule. This A must belongs to set A. So if it is written A cross B, it means all the first elements of ordered pair like 2, 4 and 6 must belongs to set A. You can check like 2, 4 and 6. In the same manner, second element like A, B. So A and B must belongs to second set B. These are present. So this is actually the ordered pair. But this B cross A is different from A cross B. So if you know A cross B, it's easy to write B cross A. You just change the sequence. So this 2 comma A must be A comma 2. This will become B comma 2, 4 comma A, B comma 4. This 4 comma A will become A comma 4, B 4 comma B will be B 4 comma 4. Similarly, it will be A comma 6, and finally it will be B comma 6. It means while writing B cross A, you have to only change the order of the element. Okay, rest of the numbers of the elements are same. Similarly, what will be B cross B? So B cross B means you do one thing, write one more B, A comma B, A comma B. So this is A comma A comma B. Similarly, B comma A, B comma B. So this is B cross B. So in the same manner, you can also write A cross A. Like in this second example, one set A is given, which is A comma B. Set B is given, which is 1, 2, 3. You have to find A cross B, B cross A, and A cross B intersection B cross A. So what is A cross B? For A cross B, take element of A. This is A comma 1, this is A comma 2, and A comma 3. Similarly, B comma 1, B comma 2, and B comma 3. So this is A cross B. For B cross A, you can change the order. This A comma 1 will become 1 comma A. Similarly, 2 comma A, 3 comma A, 1 comma B, 2 comma B, and 3 comma B. Okay, but one more method is present. Like if you want to write B cross A, you can say 1 comma A, 1 comma B. Similarly, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 3 comma A, and 3 comma B. So here you have to check which set is present in first. Okay, so this is A cross B and this is B cross A, and clearly you can say that this A cross B and B cross A are different sets. There is no common element, right? So therefore A cross B intersection B cross A will be a null set or phi. Okay, now come to the Cartesian product of three sets. So this is same of like two sets. So what will be A cross B cross C? So here we will get A comma B comma C, and this first element must belongs to first set A, second B must belongs to B, and C must belongs to set C. So in the same manner, these elements will belongs to the different sets. Like first element first set, second element will belongs to second set, and third will belongs to third set. Like if A is 1 comma 2, B is 3 comma 4, C is 4 comma 5, and you want to find out A cross B cross C. So for that you first of all find what is A cross B. So A cross B means 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4. Similarly 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4. Okay, so it is A cross B. Now for A cross B cross C, you write A cross B here, cross what is set C, 4 comma 5. Again start making the pairs. So it will become 1 3 4, 1 3 5. Similarly 1 4 4, 1 4 4. Yes, please correct. It is 1 4 4, 1 4 5. Finally 2 3 4, 2 3 5, 2 4 4, and 2 4 5. So this is A cross B cross C. Now this formula is regarding the number of elements in A cross B. So here I have written n of A cross B is equal to n of A into n of B. It means if you want to find number of element in A cross B, you have to multiply the number of elements in set A and number of elements in set B. Like set A is 1 comma 2 and set B is A comma B comma C. So here n of A means n of A is cardinal number. We have already discussed in set theory chapter. So n of A is 1, 2. What is n of B? 1, 2, 3. 3 elements. So n of A cross B will be 2 into 3, 6. And we can also verify by writing A cross B. What will be A cross B? 1 comma A, 1 comma B and 1 comma C. Similarly 2 comma A, 2 comma B and 2 comma C. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the final formula. Like now come to the graphical representation of Cartesian product. Actually when set A and B are in the form of numbers, so we can graphically represent A cross B. If A is 1, 2, 3 and B is 2, 4, so we can easily write what is A cross B, which will be 1, 2, 1, 4, start making pairs, 2, 2 and 2, 4, finally 3, 2 and 3, 4. Now we can easily locate these points on the coordinate axis. This is 1, 2, 3 and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2 means on x-axis 1, on y-axis 2. So this is 1, 2. Similarly it is 2, 2 and it is 3, 2. In the same manner 1, 4, 2, 4 and 3, 4 can easily be represented. Second representation is diagrammatic representation. When we already know what are two sets, here set A is 1, 2, 3 and set B is 2, 4, and we already know what is A cross B. So A cross B means 1 is related to 2, so 1 will be related to 2. In the same manner 1 is related to 4, so 1 is related to 4. Then 2, 2 means 2, 2, 2, 4, then 3, 2 and 3, 4. So this is diagrammatic representation of Cartesian product of two sets. So this is graphical representation, this is diagrammatic representation. Take this small problem. Let's set A is 1, 2, 3 and set B is written in set builder form x such that x belongs to natural, x is prime less than 5. You have to find A cross B and B cross A. So first step is to write set B in roster form. So set A is already 1, 2, 3. So what will be set B? 2, 3. Because first you write prime numbers less than 5. So 2 is a prime number and 3 is a prime number. Both are less than 5 and both are natural. So this set B is 2, 3. Now easily you can write what is A cross B. 1, 2, 1, 3. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. So in the same manner, what will be B cross A? You can easily write. Just change the sequence of ordered pair. You will get B cross A. Now come to this problem. Express A is equal to A, B such that 2A plus B is equal to 5. Where A, B belongs to W, means whole number. Set of whole number is represented by W. So we have to express this set. So this is in set builder form. We have to write this set in roster form. It means you take this 2A plus B is equal to 5. Always write one variable in terms of other. So B can be written as 5 minus 2A. Now see here both belongs to W, means whole number. And we already know whole number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 in this manner. So B is equal to 5 minus 2A. So start A from 0. So when A is 0, B is 5. Then take A is equal to 1. B will be 5 minus 2, 3. When A is 2, B will be 5 minus 2 to 4 is 1. Suppose you are taking A is equal to 3 because A is whole number, but B will be 5 minus 6 minus 1. So here we cannot take A is equal to 3 because when A is 3, B is minus 1 and this B must be whole number, it is given. So here we have to be careful. So that's why we will stop here only at A is equal to 2. We cannot take A is equal to 3. Although A is equal to 3 is a whole number, but at the same time B is not a whole number. It means we can take only A is equal to 0, 1, 2 and we are getting B is equal to 5, 3 and 1. So this set is written in the form of A comma B. It is not written in B comma A. So that's why we will make pair according to A comma B. So one pair will be 0 comma 5, second will be 1 comma 3 and third will be 2 comma 1. So this is set A. Okay. So always remember, when there are two variables A and B or X or Y, always represent one variable in the form of other and start putting the value of second variable according to the given condition. Now in this problem, A cross B is A comma 1, B comma 3, A comma 3, B comma 1, A comma 2 and B comma 2. Can you tell me what is set A? So we already know in the form of Cartesian product of sets, all the first elements belongs to first set A and all the second element belongs to set B. So in the same manner, A, B, yes, everywhere A and B are present. So A, B must belongs to set A. So therefore set A will be A comma B and set B will be 1, 3, 1, 2. It means 1, 2 and 3 must belong to set B. There is also an interesting problem here. A cross B consists of 6 elements and we only know that the 3 elements of A cross B are 1, 4, 2, 6 and 3, 6. You have to find A cross B, B cross A and the remaining 3 elements of A cross B. So here I am going to apply concept of A cross B. So we know that A cross B has 6 elements. Okay. It means these 3 elements are given. So these 3 elements actually are the elements of A cross B. So if these are the elements of A cross B, it means all the first elements in these ordered pairs must belongs to set A. So 1, 2 and 3 are the elements of set A, and in the same manner these second elements of ordered pair like 4 and 6 must belongs to set B. And we already know the number of elements in set A is 3 and number of elements in set B is 2, and 3 into 6 is 6. So 3 into 6, 6. So 3 to the 6, it means set A is correct, 1, 2, 3 and set B is 4, 6. And now again write A cross B. So A cross B will be 1, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4, 2, 6 and 3, 4, 3, 6. So means remaining elements are 1, 6, 2, 4 and 3, 4 because these 3 elements are already given and remaining elements are here. So in the same manner you can write what is B cross A. Now come to the important topic, which is relation. That's why I have discussed ordered pair as well as Cartesian product, because we can't understand relation without knowing the Cartesian product of set. So please remember, here we are going to discuss relation in the form of set, because when you understand relation, then only you can understand functions. So everything we are talking here is in terms of set. So now first question arises, what is relation actually? So we already know in our society, in our daily life, we observe different types of relation like father, son, daughter, wife, husband, relation of teacher and student, so everything. But here we are talking about relation in terms of elements of two sets. Means here the elements of one set will be related to the element of other set by a given rule, and this rule will be the relation. So if there are two sets A and B, then a relation R from set A to B. This is very important. This relation may also be from set B to A. Okay. So this relation R is from set A to B is actually a subset of A cross B. This is very important concept. Like here, the things will be called relation from set A to B only when this is a subset of A cross B. If anything is not related to A cross B, it will not be a relation. So means you have to remember that relation is a set. Relation is a set. And it is defined from set A to B. And this set is the subset of Cartesian product of two sets A and B. Okay. Please note one thing, if any element A cross B belongs to R, means if any ordered pair belongs to relation R, then we can write this A capital R B. It means this small a is related to small b by the relation R, and relation R may be defined in any way. So main concept is that relation is a subset of A cross B. Now this example will clarify everything. Here set A is 1, 2, 3 and set B is A, B, C, and one relation is given which is 1 comma B, 2 comma C, 1 comma A and 3 comma A. Okay. So whether this R is a relation from set A to B, how we will understand? Because here rule is not given, but only one thing is given. This is a relation R from set A to B, and set A is given and set B is given. So how we will check? So main concept is that this R must be the subset of A cross B. So for this you have to write A cross B. So A cross B will be 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 1 comma C. Similarly 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 2 comma C, and finally 3 comma A, 3 comma B, 3 comma C. So this is A cross B. And what is R? 1 comma B, 2 comma C, 1 comma A, 3 comma A. Now please check. If R is a subset of A cross B, then R is a relation from set A to B. It means this 1 comma B must be element of A cross B. Yes. This 1 comma B present in A cross B. Similarly 2 comma C is here. 1 comma A is here, and 3 comma A is also present in A cross B. So all the elements which belongs to R are present in A cross B. It means we can also say 1 is related to B, 2 is related to C, 1 is related to A, and 3 is related to A. So that's why I am saying this R is a subset of A cross B. So here R is an example of relation from set A to B. Okay. Please remember this R is not a relation from set B to A, because if R is a relation from set B to A, it must be the subset of B cross A, and this will not be a relation in that case. Now take if A is A, B, C, D and set B is P, Q, R, S, then there are some sets given in the form of R1, R2, R3, R4. You have to check whether these are the relation from set A to B or not. Now I am going to tell you a very small trick. See, this is R1, which is A comma P, B comma R and C comma S. One method is first you write A cross B and then check whether it is a subset of or not. But it's a very long process because there are 4 elements and there are 4 elements. So in A cross B there will be 16 elements. So we can check in one way, like this: A, B and C must belongs to set A if it is a relation A, B and C. Yes, A, B, C are present, and this P, R, S must be from set B. P, R, S, because if this relation is a subset of A cross B, obviously all the first element must belong to set A and all the second element must belong to set B. So here it is correct. But don't worry, A, B, C are present in A. Forget about D. No problem. So that's why this R1 is a relation, because R1 is a subset of A cross B. You see, R2 is, here first element is Q, C and D. If it is a relation, then Q, C and D must belong to set A. Q, C and D. Oh, C and D are present but Q is not present. It means this is wrong. So this R2 is not a relation. Similarly, R3, this A, D, C, B. A, D, C, B. Yes, A, D, C, B are present in set A, and P, Q, R must from set B. P, Q, R must from set B. So R3 is also a relation, and R3 is a subset of A cross B. Now come to R4. If R4 is a relation, then first elements must belong to set A. A, Q, B, S. A, no. Only A is present in A, but Q, B, S are in B. But according to this rule, all the first element must belong to set A. That's why R4 is not a relation. Okay, I hope things are clear. And if you have any doubt, you write A cross B and check whether these are the subsets of A cross B or not. Now what will be the formula for number of relation? If set A is having m elements and set B is having n elements, then we already know that number of elements in A cross B will be m into n. And we already know number of subsets of A cross B will be the relation. So therefore number of relation from set A to B will be 2 to the power mn. Right? So you must remember, like if A is m element and B is having n elements, number of relation from set A to B will be 2 to the power mn. Okay. Now come to the representation of relation. We have already seen the representation of Cartesian product. So in the same manner, we can represent the relation also. So if R is a relation from set A, which is -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, to a set B, which is 0, 1, 4, 9, 10, and this relation is given by the rule ARB, means A is related to B, double arrow, double implies that A is related to B. By this rule, A square is equal to B. This is a rule by which A and B are related. Then we can say, if A square is equal to B, it means this relation is from set A to B. So this A must belong to set A and B must be from set B. So means we have to square the element of set A and we have to check whether it is present in set B or not. It means -2 square is 4 and this 4 is here. So we will say -2 is related to 4. Okay. I am not squaring the element of B. Please remember, because this relation is defined from set A to B. So that's why first we will take the element of set A and we will square it, and it must be related to set B. So -2 square is 4 and it is present in B. In the same manner, 2 square is also 4, which is present in B. -1 is related to 1 because -1 square is always 1. And 1 is also related to 1. Okay. Whereas 0 square is also 0, it is present in set B. So means if these elements are related, so we can easily write -2, 4, 2, 4, -1, 1, 0, 0 and 1, 1. So this relation I have written in the form of roster. Okay, so this relation is defined from set A to B. So this is roster representation of relation. Okay, second is set builder. We already know, if you want to write this relation in set builder, you will write R is equal to A comma B, such that this A belongs to set A and this B belongs to set B, and what is the rule? A square is equal to B. So the same relation I have written in the form of set builder. Third one is arrow diagram. Very simple. Write all the elements of set A, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and elements of set B are here. Now -2 is related to 4, 2 is also related to 4. In the same manner, -1 is related to 1 and 1 is related to 1, 0 is related to 0, and finish, no problem. So no problem here. 9 and 10 are the remaining element in set B, no issue. This is the arrow diagram representation of a relation R from set A to B. Now come to very important concept, domain and range of a relation, because in the same manner we will discuss domain and range of function also, and we will also discuss domain and range of real function. So all the things are actually related, so be careful and watch it carefully. Now what is domain and range of relation? So we already know that relation is a set and it is a subset of A cross B. So if a relation R is written in the form of set, then domain means domain of R is equal to A such that AB belongs to R. It means if all the elements of R are written in the form of ordered pair, then all the first elements are actually domain and all the second elements are the range. And please remember, domain of relation R is always subset of A and range of R is always subset of B, whereas set B is always codomain. Please remember, if relation is defined from set A to B, so second set B is always codomain. All the first elements of relation will be domain and all the second elements of relation will be range. These domain and range are the subset of A and subset of B respectively. Now please see this example. A is 1, 3, 5, 7, B is 2, 4, 6, 8, and R is a relation 1, 8, 3, 6, 5, 2 and 1, 4. This relation is from set A to B. It is defined. We don't know what is the rule, but it is given that this R is a relation from set A to B and set A is given and set B is given. So if I am asking what is the domain of this relation, very simple. All the first elements of ordered pair like 1, 3, 5, 1. It means 1, 3, 5 is the domain of R. Range means all the second element 8, 6, 2, 4. 8, 6, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8, 6, no problem. So all the second elements of ordered pair in R is range, and we can easily say like domain of R 1, 3, 5 is a subset of A, whereas 2, 4, 6, 8 is a subset of B, but in this case both are equal. Okay, so here this range is equal to set B, and you must remember this is a case of onto function. In onto function, range is equal to co-domain. Okay, we will discuss about function. So this is domain, this is range, and here codomain is the whole set B. So in this case codomain and range are equal, but in always range is a subset of codomain. Now take this problem. If R is a relation from set A, which is 2, 4, 5, to a set B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, this R is defined by X, R, Y. How X and Y are related? Like X divides Y. It means element of A divides the element of set B. So clearly this 2 divides 2, 2 divides 4, 2 divides 6, 2 divides 8. So that's why 2R2, 2R4, 2R6 and 2R8. In the same manner, this 4 divides 4, 4 divides 8, and 5, no, there is no element which is divided by 5. So here you have to be careful. There is X divides Y. Rule says X divides Y. X is the element of A and Y is the element of B. So R will be 2 comma 2, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 6, 2 8, 4 4 and 4 8. Clearly domain will be 2 4 and range will be 2 4 6 8. Okay, so all the first elements are domain and all the second elements are range. So it's very easy. Now come to the inverse of a relation. If a relation R is defined from set A to B, then the inverse relation will be represented by R inverse and it will be B comma A, such that A comma B belongs to R. So we can say if we know R, so for R inverse you just change the sequence of the elements. So it means A comma B belongs to R, so B comma A will belongs to R inverse. So clearly domain of R will be the range of R inverse and range of R will be the domain of R inverse. How? If R is a relation on set n natural number defined by A comma B such that A plus 3B is equal to 12. A belongs to natural, B belongs to natural. Okay, so you have to find what is R, domain of R and range of R. So we have A plus 3B is equal to 12. So write this A in the form of B. So A is equal to 12 minus 3B and both are natural. So start taking B is equal to 1. So when B is 1, A is equal to 9, B is equal to 2, A is equal to 6. For B is equal to 3, A is equal to 3. For B is equal to 4, A is equal to 0. But 0 is not a natural number. So we will take only these three conditions. So in the same manner, we have to write A comma B. So 9 comma 1, 6 comma 2 and 3 comma 3. So this is R. What will be R inverse? So R inverse will be 1 comma 9, 2 comma 6 and 3 comma 3. Okay. So what is domain of R? 9, 6, 3 and range of R 1, 2, 3. Simple. Now take this problem. Write the relation R x comma x cube such that x is a prime number less than 10. You have to write R in roster form because it is given in set builder form. So first of all we have to decide what is x, because x is a prime number less than 10. Write all the prime numbers which are less than 10. So 2, 3, 5 and 7. Please note 1 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number because 2 is a even but also prime. So the numbers less than 10 which are prime like 2, 3, 5 and 7. So cube it because we have to write ordered pair in the form of x comma x cube. So 2 cube 8, 3 cube 27, 5 cube 125 and 7 cube I think 3, 4, 3. Make the pairs. So R will be x comma x cube, 3 comma 3 cube, 5 comma 5 cube, 7 comma 7 cube. So this is R. Don't confuse. Here it is given x is a prime less than 10. So x is a prime less than 10. But it is not given what about range. So range may be any number. Okay. I hope things are clear. So we have to focus on x. Last question. R is a relation in n natural number defined by x comma y belongs to R such that x plus 2y is equal to 8. Express R and R inverse as the set of ordered pair. I think we have already done this question. That was in the form of A and B, but here it is given in the form of x comma y. So x plus 2y is equal to 8. Write x is equal to 8 minus 2y. Start taking the value of y because it is natural. So when y is 1, x is 6. For y is 2, x is 4. For y is 3, x is 2. And for y is 4, x is 0, which is not a natural. So the pairs are possible only 6 comma 1, 4 comma 2 and 2 comma 3. So here R inverse will be 1 comma 6, 2 comma 4 and 3 comma 2. So clearly domain of R is 6, 4, 2, whereas range of R inverse is 6, 4, 2. Okay. And in the same manner range of R is 1, 2, 3 and domain of R inverse is 1, 2, 3. So I hope things are clear. This is a very interesting chapter. So this relation is over. Now you solve problems based on relation, domain, range, everything. In my next video I will cover functions. Then we will discuss graph of some basic functions. And then we will understand what is real function and what is the domain of real function, what will be the range of real function. Thank you very much.